I know you thought that we were done talking about the creepy YouTuber with multiple accusations against him named Destery, but more information has surfaced and it's important to update you on it. Destery Smith, a YouTuber who has been popular from the early to mid 2000s with various different usernames on YouTube, has been accused of many horrific things over the past year and a half. He has accumulated dozens of accusations of being inappropriate with his underage fans, some of which have provided screenshots and photos with Destery. When these accusations began to surface about a year ago, Destery privated most of his social media accounts and has deleted over 1 million views worth of content on his YouTube channel. But now Destery is not only back, but he is also being promoted by another huge YouTuber, Shane Dawson, and is seeming to hide under the blanket term or buzzword cancel culture to escape any form of criticism or consequences of what has been exposed over the past year. I cannot believe this person has this much audacity. I've discussed a YouTuber that goes by Destery Smith, Captain Destery, Destery from Destiny, apparently homeless emo father, we'll get into that in a moment, and a few other names like Lil Mistake because he somehow wanted to get into rapping on top of everything else. I think his entire online persona is a little mistake if you ask me, and today we'll get into why. So I was originally going to be doing a completely different video today, but then I saw a video from another YouTuber named iNabber. I'm sure you've probably heard of him if you're interested in my videos, but if you haven't, he has also talked about the Destery Smith situation. iNabber ended up displaying something really interesting, and in this video, even though I will probably be regurgitating a lot of what was said in his video, I find it important to talk about this and update you on this since I have covered this situation at least 2 times prior to this video. Also, yes, that is Chester in the background there. You can't see his head, but he is enjoying a very lovely snack. I am able to say the word snack right now without worrying about any repercussions because he is eating one. He is enjoying his life and living his best life, unlike me, who is not living my best life. And in fact, I am quite dead inside after seeing this unfold. So if you have no idea who Captain Destery Smith, Destery from Destiny, etc. is, he is a YouTuber who has accumulated over several channels, well over 1 million subscribers. He is somebody who was very popular in the early to mid 2000s. In my previous videos, I have discussed him because over the past year and a half, a lot of people have come forward sharing their experiences about Destery, posting on Twitter. Even some of Destery's friends have come forward explaining that not only has he done terrible stuff like this, but also making claims that he allegedly has folders of very inappropriate images of potentially people under the age of 18. It is no secret at this point that he has allegedly used his platform to target and be very, very gross to young girls. A few months after these accusations came out, a few months after privating all of his social media and removing over 1 million views worth of content, he has made a response basically saying, I used to be a terrible person, but I'm better than that now. I'm not going to drag anybody else down because I'm against cancel culture, giving this holier than thou up on his high pedestal statement, acting as if he hadn't done anything in this situation. And his response was very dodgy. He was dodging a lot of the accusations in his response. He was very vague, and he was treating it as though he was being the better person by not wanting to cancel the people who made accusations about him, when in reality, if somebody was being called out for doing not only creepy things, but things that would be considered very, very illegal, any normal person would respond to this by debunking the claims and obviously wanting to clear their name of it, but he just was very vague and didn't want to address it and was trying to play off as this person who is just better than that, which comes off really, really peculiar. It just doesn't seem to be in someone's natural behavior to want to do that with such heavy accusations. Dozens of women came out talking about how they were treated by him when they were younger and the disgusting things that he would say to them, send them, request from them. In fact, as I have mentioned in my previous videos, there is even a photo of Destery kissing another person, and this was posted on, I believe, his old MySpace or an old blog post, and he said, allegedly, we'll say, that this girl was 15 years old and he was 19. He even acknowledged in the same post that a lot of people thought that this was weird, but you know, in those days it was age is just a number. You know what else is just a number? A prison sentence. As I had mentioned, another YouTuber named iNabber made a video where somebody pointed out to him that good old Destery over here actually had another YouTube channel that he has been posting on with a significantly smaller following, so this was going under the radar for quite a while. And this YouTube account is called Homeless Emo Father or Homeless Emo Dad. It'll be right here. He talks about cancel culture.
Go ahead. Let's light this candle, huh?
You know what? We're just gonna watch a couple clips.
So it's been a few weeks since the whole Amber Heard trial.
Can you just, for 5 seconds, think about what the f you're saying and look in the mirror and ask yourself, who the f are you fooling? Can you do that? I'm sorry. I know the energy in this video is a lot more chaotic than normal. I am very I don't even think I need to go into details on why these are two separate situations, because I'm guessing that he's trying to use this as some kind of distraction from the main issue here. Johnny Depp was not accused of grooming dozens upon dozens of his young fans. He was not accused of having several folders of inappropriate images of young fans. Somebody else was. At this current point in time, we have heard nothing of the sort related to this Johnny Depp case. But, you know, we want to use this as a blanket again. Cancel culture bad. I'm so sick of the actual term cancel culture for this reason, because it is now becoming this feared buzzword. The worst people are attaching this to any form of criticism they get, and they know what they're doing when they do this, because cancel culture has developed into this thing that most people just are sick of and they hate, and they don't want to hear about what this person did 10 years ago. A lot of people are annoyed with it, so now they're using this as an opportunity to hide away any forms of negative response or criticism. It is even at a point where people are starting to grow by using the terms "I've been canceled." Like, being canceled is something you should get sympathy for. In situations like this, when you are getting accusations of being a disgusting person who is doing this to your fans, nobody should feel sympathy for you. In fact, if you were a regular, everyday type of person and the police found out about this, chances are you wouldn't be canceled, you'd be arrested. Just the title in general irks me, because I know exactly what the he's trying to do, and anybody with half a functioning brain knows what he is trying to do. He's trying to use this for pity points and make it seem like he's been victimized by something, instead of actually addressing his issues and addressing the concerns that his audience has. I truly believe that if he was a victim in this situation, he would be much more open to responding to accusations and would be much more willing to provide evidence disputing these things. You want to act like you're a victim, but you also want to act like you never uploaded this video where you also talked about how you yourself did terrible things, also ignoring the terrible things that people are criticizing you for, by the way.
While I'm waiting for your response, are you just not gonna say anything, dumbass?
Because that's the thing, like, if someone ever says anything bad about you, the kind of general consensus of what to do to combat that is to bark back, is to say, no, here's why you're wrong, and everything you said is a fucking lie and bullshit. And the problem that I have with that is just that it perpetuates cancel culture. You are never out of it. You see what I mean? Like, even if you were able to disprove every, like, negative thing ever said about you, all you're doing then is just shifting the blame to someone else.
You see, the reason why I find this to be complete bullshit is because when people come out with provably false accusations about others, people normally don't feel bad when they get backlash for it. And I do not think for a second that he actually cares about the feelings of those who spoke out against him, considering the fact that he made rap and hip-hop songs saying the nastiest, most disgusting insults to them. So don't try to take the moral high ground and act like you actually care. Not only that, but what he just said just doesn't even make sense. He sounds like somebody who was completely unprepared in school and tried to do a book report by only reading the back of the book. I really was planning on going into this video more, but my head feels like it's going to pop like a zit. I will share one more thing though. Again, this is something that iNever has brought up in his video, but I wanted to talk about it as well. So there is a comment that somebody left on this cancel culture video, and Destery has responded to it. His response is denying these things that he once vaguely admitted to, but not really, because he said he's done terrible things, but wouldn't address what terrible things he's done, and then he deleted that video. That video was gone. So he's giving a mixed response as well. One moment he's saying, you know, I used to be a terrible person, but now I'm better. And then the next he's saying, no, these things never happened. To me, it just all seems like a facade, and he's trying to grasp at anything he can. And the best thing he knows how to do is to just lay into the sympathy of the audience that he has left and make them think that he was actually the victim in this entire situation. This is truly manipulative, but at the end of the day, all I can do, all you can do, and all anybody can do about this situation is just be aware that this person isn't probably the safest option for younger people to be watching. It's a little bit later in the day, and I didn't get a chance to finish this video earlier, but I wanted to come back and say a few things. First and foremost, I know this video was a little bit quickly put together compared to some of my other content. I really was going to make an update sort of video anyway, like a mashup type of video like I normally do. I wanted to focus on this specifically today because after finding out about this, I just found it to be extremely frustrating and, to be completely honest, insulting to so many people that have had negative experiences with this person. With that being said, thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of this video, and thank you so much to all of my supporters over on Patreon, especially Lewis, Miss Tanisha, Anthony Tressot, Michelle, and Deemer WM. I will see you in the next video, hopefully not talking about Destery Smith, the Destery Smith allegations, or Shane Dawson. Don't expect me to be making a video about Shane Dawson and his new series with Jeffree Star. I find no purpose to, other than to share the fact that he is currently platforming somebody who has dozens of accusations against him for being a very creepy person to minors. So with that being said, thank you so much, and I will see you later.